going on, everyone? So we have to cover Bitcoin here today. We're up almost 3% in the last 24 hours here. And as you can see, in the last 7 days, pretty much 6% and almost 7% in the last 2 weeks. So it's been, recovering slowly, but we are still at the low prices below 100K. So I'm going to talk about what's going on right now inside of the charts, what happened overnight. So anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's jump straight into it. So on the weekly chart, I was talking about how this is starting to curve here on the percent R trend exhaustion. So we're starting to see some curvature here. So we could quite possibly see a recovery upwards here. And especially if we get something, such as the Fed lowering interest rates for the Fed decision. And that is actually coming up on the 10th. So we have the PPI on the 11th, the month over month PPI on the 11th of December here. Then we have the Fed press conference on the 10th at about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is going to be the Fed interest rate decision. So this is going to be pretty big. And if they lower interest rates, we could see everything starting to pump and skyrocket. That might actually happen. And obviously it becomes lower for people to borrow money. So more money is going to start flowing into the system. So we're going to see a lot more people doing a lot more riskier things, getting into crypto, like riskier things, right? But yeah, we are seeing the percent R trend exhaustion is kind of having a little bit of a reversal here. So this could actually be a pretty bullish thing for us if we can see this actually starting to trend upwards here and working its way up. So we'll see if that actually happens. We're starting to see a little bit of selling pressure slowing down here on the MACD. So we want to see this switching over to the buying pressure. So that's what we want to see here on the MACD. And this is on the weekly chart, by the way. We can come over here to the daily chart. Now, yes, during yesterday's video, I was mentioning how we are going through a rising wedge. So even though on the weekly chart we could be having some type of reversal, we're still in a rising wedge. But remember, rising wedges do not have 100% win rates, and especially inside of downtrends like this. So it's a little bit different, but still, we are in a rising wedge. So you got to keep that in mind. Now on the 4-hour chart, or on the daily chart, during yesterday's video, I was mentioning how the short-term trend here on the percent R trend exhaustion is actually breaking past the long-term trend. The long-term trend is going slowly. This is the only thing that really makes me a little bearish right now. It's like, why is the long-term trend going so slow upwards? But it could just be a slow start. And inside of 2 days, we're gonna have the interest rate decision. So that's gonna trump everything. So really doesn't matter at this point. We just gotta wait for the next 2 days to see what exactly happens. If it is all good, we might break past this rising wedge in a uptrend. So we had to see if we can actually break past that, because rising wedges, by the way, are bearish patterns. Rising wedges are bearish. Falling wedges, though, are bullish, but rising wedges are bearish. But we're also seeing over here on the MACD a lot of buying pressure on the daily chart. So there is a possibility that this interest rate decision could actually change the direction of things. But my thing is, for how long? How long will that be, right? What if it is just a temporary rise followed by a dump, right? Like what if we just see this short-term trend breaking out to overbought levels, long-term trend staying down around here, short-term trend comes back, long-term trend is now going to start dumping because of that with the short-term trend. So there's a possibility here that we could be seeing a bull trap being created, right? Like, let's say we start breaking out here and then we get that interest rate decision, and then boom, everything just gets bull trapped and continues to dump. I don't know. Anything like that could happen. And the truth is, no one knows what's going to happen. Like, we have our likelihoods that is going to do this or that. Like, people are like, there's a likelihood that it's 80% likely to, be lowered, the interest rate. So everyone has their own opinion on what could happen, but I don't care about that. I just care about the technicals. So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep following these technicals for you. Right now, bearish, right? We have a bearish rising wedge, and we have a slow moving long term trend on the percent R trend exhaustion, right? While the short term trend is the one trending upwards. We don't like seeing that. And then on the weekly chart, though, this is what looks bullish, like we could be having a reversal here. So that definitely looks like it's a possibility, but how long will it reverse for? Will it just be a little move upwards and then continue to sell off downwards? So that's something else that you got to keep in mind as well. And then we got the even smaller time frames like the hourly chart, where we're just pretty much overbought on these charts. So I'm definitely expecting some type of pullback here, or some type of bear trap, or I mean bull trap, that would be, because since it's going down, it would be trapping the bulls. So it's a bull trap technically. So that's kind of what I think is forming up here, but I could be wrong. But I'm going to keep you guys updated on this. Anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Hit the like button and subscribe. Before we close this out, I do want to show you guys this. We're at 24 for fear. So we're out of extreme fear, but let's see for how long. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. As always, I'll be back with another video.